Martin Luther King, 1929 to 1968. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929 at Atlanta in the United States of America. He had a doctorate degree from Boston University in 1980. Dr. Martin was a Black American Baptist minister. He was the main leader of civil rights movement in United States during the 1950s and 1960s. He won the 1964 Nobel Peace Prize for leading non-violent civil rights demonstrations. It was a great honor to him. Martin's civil rights activities began in 1955. Terrorists bombed his home, but he continued to insist on non-violent projects. The movement won a major victory in 1964. Martin Luther King giving his famous speech, "I Have a Dream," during the 1963 March to Washington. Martin Luther King completed Abraham Lincoln's incompleted task of uprooting slavery. He adopted Gandhiji's path of non-violence. When Dr. King visited India, he said, "I'm not a tourist. I have come on a pilgrimage to pay homage to the land of Mahatma Gandhi." But he too, like Mahatma Gandhi, fell victim to the bullet of an assassin on April 1968. Mahatma Gandhi, 1869 to 1948. Mahatma Gandhi was born on October 2, 1869 at Porbandar, Gujarat in India. His full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was called Mahatma for the first time by Rabindranath Tagore. Gandhiji studied law in England and became a barrister. He started practicing law in South Africa. He was shocked to see the treatment meted out to the blacks and the Indians settled there. They were treated like the third-class citizens as an untouchables by the whites. Gandhiji vowed to fight against the racial discrimination and injustice. He organized Indians and blacks and asked them to fight and protest. He used a new method for the struggle and named it Satyagraha. In South Africa, Gandhiji fought for 20 years and got success in removing many of these discriminatory laws. Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji returned to India in 1915 and once again he was shocked to see the condition of the Indians in their own country. They were living under the British rule. He told the people not to cooperate with the British and to disobey their laws. This was called non-cooperative movement. Hundreds of students left their schools. Many people resigned from government jobs. Gandhiji started the Quit India movement in 1942. He asked the British to quit India. He was arrested and later released in 1944. Ahimsa or non-violence was the main weapon of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji only wore khadi clothes and led a very simple life. He worked very hard for the upliftment of the poor, women and Harijans. The people of India loved him and called him Bapu. He was shot dead on 30th January 1948 by a fundamentalist. Fact box. Dandi March or Salt movement is an important movement of Mahatma Gandhi. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was born in Albania in 1910. Her name was Agnes Consa Bojaxiou in her childhood. She became a nun when she was only 12 years old and was given the name Teresa. At the age of 18, she was sent to India to teach at a convent in Kolkata. One day she felt as if God was telling her to work for the poorest people of the city. Mother Teresa. Near her convent, she was a slum colony called Motijil. She noticed the poor people of that area. They were illiterate, ill-fed and sick. She started visiting the slum regularly. There, she met the children happily and offered her services by providing food, medicines and clothes. Seeing the misery and poverty of this slum, she decided to open a separate institution of dedicated workers who would help her to serve humanity. She called this institution the Missionaries of Charity. She established an institution called Nirmal Hriday Home for the sick and dying people near Kalighat in Kolkata. She collected large donations for this institution. She was a recipient of the 1979 Nobel Peace Prize. She received many other awards like Bharat Ratna and Magsaysay Award. She opened schools, orphanages, and homes for the needy. She used to say, all life is sacred, all are God's children and have the right to get love and care. She took her last breath in 1997. Let's remember. Socrates was known as the first great philosopher of the world. Abraham Lincoln was the President of USA from 1861 to 1865. Karl Marx was a great thinker and economist. He advised the workers to unite and fight against capitalists. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, popularly known as Mahatma Gandhi, was a man of determination. Dr. Martin Luther King was a black American. He was given the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1964. Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity. Words treasure. Philosopher. A person who loves and seeks truth and wisdom. Discrimination. The practice of treating someone better or worse than other people. Slave. A person who is owned by another person and can be sold by that person. Nun. A woman who belongs to the Christian religious order. Charity. Money or help given out of kindness to the poor and needy.